preliminary hearing in the case against Paul and Ruben Flores is set to begin in San Luis Obispo Superior Court on Monday. Paul Flores is charged with murder in the 1996 disappearance of Cal Poly student Kristen Smart. His father, Ruben, is charged as an accessory after the fact. KSBY's Megan Healy is live in San Luis Obispo to explain what we can expect from the lengthy hearing, which is supposed to last about 3 weeks, longer than usual. Megan?
Yes, Richard, the length of that preliminary hearing is pretty uncommon. Typically, preliminary hearings last only 1 to 2 hours. And local criminal defense attorneys I spoke with say they expect a lot of evidence and witnesses to be presented. Now, the whole point of a preliminary hearing, the prosecution's job is to prove enough probable cause that a crime was committed. Defense is supposed to prove just the opposite.
The stage is set for an extraordinary judicial proceeding.
In just a few days, more evidence and witness testimonies in the 25-year-old Kristen Smart case will be presented in court for a highly anticipated preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing allows the court to examine evidence and determine if there is enough probable cause for a trial.
It's a really easy step for them to get past. It's probable cause, that's the lowest standard known to law. But they have to show a connection to you, that yes, a crime was committed and you were the one that did it.
It's really a protective device for the defendant to make sure that this attorney doesn't abuse its executive branch powers and just take any case willy-nilly to trial.
Criminal defense attorneys Elon Funky Bilu and Scott Taylor are familiar with how prelims work. First, the prosecution puts on all their witnesses, then the defense gets to cross-examine. And it may be the only chance they get.
If you confront and cross-examine them at your preliminary hearing and then they're later unavailable at trial, well, you already had your shot at the preliminary hearing.
Recently, unsealed court documents revealed what was found during the March and April searches of Ruben Flores' Arroyo Grande home. Both attorneys believe evidence such as soil samples could also be presented during the hearings.
I suspect they're going to be putting on a lot of evidence. More than they typically do.
But what if the judge doesn't think there's enough probable cause for trial?
He has that power to discharge both defendants and the case gets terminated.
Defendants will typically not take the stand during preliminary hearings, so it's unlikely that we'll hear from Paul or Ruben Flores during the course of this. Live in San Luis Obispo, I'm Megan Healy, KSBY News.
All right, Megan, thank you. If Judge Van Ruyen determines there is enough probable cause to go to trial, attorneys say an arraignment date will be set in the weeks following the preliminary hearing. The trial could start well into 2022 if that is the case.